Hello, my name is Alyssa Pankow and this is a presentation on Tina Modotti. This quote was written by poet Pablo Neruda for Tina Modotti. Pure your gentle name, pure your fragile life, bees, shadows, fire, snow, silence and foam. Combine with steel and wire and pollen to make up your firm and delicate being. I think this was written for Tina Modotti to display her passion for equality and life. Tina Modotti was born in August 1896 in Italy. In 1913, she immigrated to the United States to live with her father in San Francisco, California. Modotti was acting in several plays and operas and silent movies from 1910 to 1920, along with modeling. After moving to LA in 1920, Modotti met Edward Weston in the early 1920s, and by 1921 she was his favorite model and soon after became his lover. Together they moved to Mexico in 1923 and opened a portrait studio. Modotti was intrigued by the people of Mexico. She began photographing Mexican peasants and workers. In 1929, Modotti's companion Julio Antonio Maya was assassinated, allegedly by the Cuban government. Shortly thereafter was an attempt on the Mexican president. Tina Modotti was the target of both Mexican and Italian political police, which she was questioned due to her involvement with the anti-communist and anti-immigrant campaigns. She was described as the fierce and bloody Tina Modotti. As a result, she was expelled from Mexico in 1930. She traveled and in 1939 returned to Mexico. Modotti died in 1942 from questionable heart failure. Modotti was said to have an uncle in Italy that had a photography studio where she was first introduced to photography. Then in San Francisco, her father ran a studio of his own. When she arrived in San Francisco, she began acting and modeling, but soon moved to Los Angeles in 1920 with her boyfriend, where they met Edward Weston. Modotti showed interest in learning how to photograph. She worked closely with Weston for some time, opening a portrait studio in Mexico City. Modotti and Weston separated, and in 1927, Modotti became a political active photographer. She had many photographs published in magazines and newsletters. Modotti was expelled due to her involvement with anti-communist and anti-immigrant campaigns. Between 1931 and 1936, Modotti no longer took photographs, but worked with International Workers' Relief Organization. The first three images were taken in 1924 by Tina Modotti. This one is of Edward Weston with his Graflex camera in Mexico, and it's a gelatin silver print. This one is called Roses in Mexico, and it's actually a palladium print. Just close up, simple roses. This is the convent of Tepa in Mexico. Gelatin silver print. It's a hallway and stairs, nice lines, soft and elegant. This one was taken in 1926. It's a woman with a bowl thing. She seems to be working. It's a close-up. Her face is hidden, but it shows the woman working. This is one of Tina Modotti's famous photos. She really likes to show photos of the working class and motherhood and life. This one's called Workers' Parade, and it was taken in May 1926. It displays no faces, but only the tops of everyone's hats, while these peasant farmers march down the street. This is called The Baby Nursing. It was taken between 1926 and 1927. It's close up, soft and sweet. Just shows the way of life. This is called The Worker's Hands. It was taken in 1927. It's zoomed in, shows only the hands and the handle of what looks to be like a shovel. This is another close-up shot with hands of a person and towels. It looks like they're cleaning. Taken in 1927. This is a photo of a guitar, corn, and looks like a thing of bullets. Taken in 1927. It's called Illustration for Making a Song. This is called Woman with Flag, taken in 1928. It's a woman walking down the side of the street with a flag. This one actually shows the whole body of the woman and the whole flag that she's carrying, but doesn't leave a lot of open space. This is the mother and child. It's taken in 1929. It's close up, shows just the baby, not the head of the mother, but the midsection. Life itself. This was taken in 1929, and it's a type just displaying the woman as a type of person from this place, working with a bowl on her head. This is Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo in Mexico City. They were artists, painters. Again, working class. This is just a house in a city. It's close up. You only see this house with some hills in the background. Taken between 1929 and 1930. This is of a fiesta, a gathering between 1927 and 1930. A lot of people, probably working class people. So, Tina Modotti grew up around photography. She grew up with a poor working family that was politically oriented. She worked as an actress and a model, and decided she wanted to go behind the camera. She was passionate about politics and revolution. She used mostly gelatin silver prints. She was deported from Mexico in 1930 and Spain in 1939 due to her strong and loud activist views. She died at the age of 46 from a heart failure. Some questioned her death, saying she was killed by the government because she knew too much.